Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Lilibet Day channel. How is everybody in the world today? So tonight we have very interesting discussion that I'm going to share with you guys. And by the way, let me do a little introduction. So tonight is January 21st. Well, 10 minutes before 9 o'clock p.m. here in the Philippines. So that would be 8 a.m. in your time or central time. And the weather here in the Philippines, it's quite humid, especially this afternoon that it's gonna be really hot if the Pag-asa will announce summer, even though it's not yet summer, but uh, people feel the summer season now. And they said that 2024 it's El Nino, so that's drought season here in the Philippines. And that's the problem when it comes to El Nino. So we have water supply interruption. And last year, we don't really have a problem about that. But some area here in Metro Manila, there's a shortage of water supply. So that's a problem if we encounter El Nino. So El Nino, that's drought season, I said a while ago. So and now they try, to tell people to save water, and then they said, a basic thing that people can save water. So instead of brush your teeth while the water is running, so you have to use glass, to brush your teeth, and those for washing clothes. Okay, save water, that the last range that you use for your washing clothes, so you have to save that because you can use that to water the plants. Okay, cleaning your toilet or your bathroom, things like that. And the only problem is the supply. That's main reason people, especially in Manila City. So there's a lot of people, especially in the slum of Tundo. People, they complain about the supply because the supply of water is not enough. So yeah, they just advertise a little tips for those people to save water because we gonna expect drought season here in the Philippines. And you know, if it's summer here in the Philippines, people taking a shower, taking a bath twice or three times. So it depends, the place. So if you have a big place, so you might take a shower twice. But for those, just a studio type, my God, and no air condition, because it happens that when I was single, I stay with my big sister, and there's no air condition, and the place is just like only 55 square meter. Okay, just the two kids, my big sister, and my brother-in-law and me, including me. So we're five. Oh my goodness, imagine guys, 12 midnight I taking a shower, to just cool myself. So very lucky for those have air condition, so you don't really feel hot on the nighttime. So I cannot really, I prefer to feel cold during the nighttime. Okay, especially the time I was working, because I I sleep well. It doesn't matter for me on the daytime, okay? Because you can really do something, to cool yourself. But during the nighttime, you need a cold place. So that's the problem. So and that's the thing, that when it comes summer here, a lot of skin disease came out. So you have rashes. We call that bungang araw. um and dry lips. Even though me, the air condition here, it's 24/7 on here in my house, but when I go outside, it's so humid, and then the wind blows on your face, on your skin, makes your skin dry, especially your lips. So I always have on my purse, the Blistic. I don't know, guys, if you're familiar the Blistic, because I don't really use lipstick when I go outside. Just I use Blistic because so I'm very grateful because Frank introduced me the Blistic. It really helps because my lips, it's too dry, and then sometimes when I laugh, oh my god, my lips was cracked and very sore, so sore. And that time I use lip balm, but it don't really work. Okay, but I'm very happy that I found Blistic. It's very good. And also, if you Blistic, this is what I notice about, because sometimes I do fry fish, and or sometimes bacon. Bacon, once you fry the bacon, sometimes it's pop and it goes on my skin. So when I use Blistex, not only for my chopped lips, okay, I use that, for burn, and it works. I don't really feel, sore when I had a burn on, on the oil from the bacon that I cook. It's very, very useful. So Blistex, I always have that on my cabinet, Blistex, and also my purse. So when I and that's the thing here, for those elders, that Asian or Filipino or any Western people, when you go outside, don't forget to bring water, or don't forget to bring your tumbler with water, because the humidity, it's really make you dehydrated. And one thing that, if it's summer, because summer is coming here in the Philippines, there's a lot of heat strokes accident happen. So you always drink uh, water, plenty of water, or any types of juice that you can drink, especially now that once you go outside and then you sweat a lot, so you need to replace that. And it happens to the front, because that time we replace our old air condition, and then the two air condition is off, because they need to replace and fix the frame. And Frank cannot resist the warm here in the Philippines, and he's almost to pass out. And I let him stay on the in front of electric fan, and give him plenty of cold drinks. And I can tell that he has a because I didn't notice, because I was so busy attending the contractor. And and I saw him that he has a hard time to and I can tell because once you have a hard difficult time to breathe, your shoulder, and I can tell. So I think that's too humidity. So I'm very careful about that. So I give him cold drinks. And that's, and once his body, adjusts, starts to cool his body, he's back to, normal. So it's kind of a scary. So guys, for those, not only for elders, for young people also, if you go to the mall or you go around or like um go picnic or go with your friends, you always bring your water tumbler. It doesn't matter, when the heat stroke hit on you. It doesn't matter if you're young or you're old, because it's all about the, the humidity, or the too much heat that you a person or yeah, a person encounter. So me, I always, even though that, I'm always here in the house, so I always drink water, or my favorite juice. That's kind of a, it's kind of a scary. And for not really use, for those first time here in the Philippines, for Western people, I know that in your country, there's, there, it's cool, not as hot here, but that's what I mentioned, that you always bring your water tumbler. Even though, in the mall, this is what I noticed, a lot of Filipino go in the mall. Hi, 53 Shades. Welcome to my show. A lot of people now, especially weekend, you can see here in Metro Manila, the malls was so crowded. And the coolness, it start, it's not as cool as, on the regular season, okay? It starts to hot also in the mall. So you have to bring your, you have to bring your water tumbler or any kinds of drinks that you want to bring. That's important, because now I don't really recommend, go to the mall. And because the mall, like I said, mall here in the Philippines, especially weekend, it's so crowded. So the mall here is open 10 o'clock and close 7 p.m. So this afternoon, me and Frank, we went to SNR, do a little shopping because we're running out of milk. American milk, I love, the American milk, because it's low fat. And we go early and we come back home early because, oh my god, it's really hot. It's really hot. The first day in the Philippines, it is so important to take care of your health. Yes, precisely. Precisely, Bob. Oh, 50 Shades. How are you? I've been, it's been a long while that, you're not upload your new video. So time change, weather change, diet change can put your body under stress. Yeah. So I think that's, climate change. Yeah, that's, that's very important, for those, for those elders. Okay, elders, bring, and don't go to the mall. It's too crowded. Okay, because it's not really, who is this? What is that, Frank?
Hello.
There's, there's a war on your room.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay. But
All
somebody
right.
is crying. There's
Now,
a echo.
you hear echo or something?
Yeah, there's a echo. What are you using? The laptop or your phone? Hello,
Uh,
weekend girl. What's up? Oh, by the way, guys, I would like to invite everyone for those who wants to join to my membership button. Feel free, because the advantage, if I upload new video, you have access ahead of time. Hi, Fred. Thank you for coming, Fred. But I heard Frank say, "Ooh," it's try to scare you. Ooh.
No, that wasn't me. Now, do you hear echo now?
Uh, no, I don't.
Okay, good.
Hello, Kuya Julie.
Hey, Fred.
The title is too nice, my friend Tate Lily. Yeah, it's very interesting because this subject is not only for for couple, or that people is married. It's also for boyfriend and girlfriend. So it doesn't matter because well, it it doesn't. So
Good topic.
yeah, and this kind of topic. This is real talk. This is fact. Okay, so let me welcome to those, on the live chat. If you want to join on the live chat, guys, feel free, to click, as I already posted, the link on my, just feel free, to click that, to share things that you really want to share with us.
Yeah, come on,
Uncle
join in.
7K.
I'm here today.
Okay. Frank is, hello, Uncle 7K. Thank you for coming. Okay, so
What does
hello.
what does miso mean?
The title of our subject for tonight is 10 Ways to Keep the Flame of Love Burning. Okay. So that's very, very sweet. Yeah. So for those one, like I said, for those who wants to join with us, feel free. Okay. Don't hesitate, to join with us. Share your share your experience to us. And yeah. So, oh my God. Are you ready, Frank, to discuss with me about that?
Hey, sure, I'm here in the house, so sitting here live in my office as
Okay.
usual.
All right. So, number one is 10 ways, to keep the love burning is learn to listen to one another. So, that's very important, Frank, that, sometimes some couple that when it need to talk, they don't really, like you said, that a lot of particularly western men, that they don't really want to deal with with their with their girlfriend or wife. They just murmuring, to put something in their mouth, to say, so that
Well, that's the
the
way guys are. They want sex, food, and their wife should be quiet. and then they're happy. But no, on the serious side, yeah, communications is very important. You have to be able to talk to each other, and you have to have the patience to sit down and talk and communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's true because talking or sharing things with your partner, that's very, and then your partner is listening. It's just like it shows that that's as simple sounds caring with each other. Okay.
Okay, I see what the meaning is, Joey. Thanks. Mega love, shout out. All right.
Well, guys, Frank is not really, he's not really aware of the, the abbreviation of things online. So MLS. So now Frank, that's what it means. And but so many of daily routines extremely time consuming, and some they just banding or go to like go to church, or go like we do go grocery.
Well, we do almost everything together. It's very seldom that either one of us go somewhere by ourselves. So that helps keep people together. We could do things together.
Hello.
Ah, hey, Bob.
Good morning, Frank. It's nice to finally meet you.
Likewise.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I let him join on my discussion.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So
Good.
so
Yeah,
that
she twisted
people.
my arm.
You know what? You guys know my wife and I have been together as a couple for 20 years. Even
Okay.
after all those years, like today, she finally takes a day off on Sunday. That Filipina never works on Sunday. Never, never, never. When she comes back from mass, then we have a date. Uh, it can be most of the time it's just something simple. Go out and try different food. And today our plan is to go to a casino that they sell. They have a good kitchen there, man. The food's good. Have a lunch out, and then if we can do it, they've got a live band performing, and she and I just sit back and she has a Coca Cola. I have a glass of beer, hold hands, and listen to some live music.
Oh,
Keep it
that's sweet.
keep it simple. Yeah. During the summertime, we'll go someplace to like down to the waterfront of Tacoma, Washington, and sit on the dock, watch the harbor seals and the sea lions go by, and have a nice fish and chip lunch and just hold hands. I think a date and an actual touch, holding hands, is important because I'm the only guy she will do that with, and she's the only woman I will do that with. The touching, you know,
Yeah.
for me, that's
Just the
very
simple
important.
things. The
Yes,
simple
yeah,
things.
simple, yeah, hmm yeah.
Yeah, it's just like me, this morning. So, Frank, because I sleep late. Last night I sleep late, and then I woke up late. And then he has, because, the room was so dark, okay? So, the only thing that, Frank can able me, to get up on my bed to open the curtain. To open the curtain. Oh my God. So I
Mhm.
cannot, so it means automatically I know that, oh, it's time for me to get up. So, because,
Yeah.
he said that on the area that we going to the SNR, it's under construction. It's kind of be a traffic because, just one way instead of two way, to make it into one way because the other side of the road, it's under construction. So we have to go early. And then after we do shopping, grocery, he told me, he always asks me, my favorite chicken wings. And then I told him, no. So I just told him, no, we just go home because it's still early, so I can able, to cook food. So instead, he said, no, no need. And then he says that, no, it's okay because, we're still going home. It's still early, so I can able to cook. So, and then I told him that, we can save money. So he just
Miss
shake his head.
Usually,
Miss Lil,
usually,
did I hear you correctly? You turned down chicken wings? Did I hear you correctly?
Chicken wings.
and, and it's her favorite.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's her favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing. Usually, when we go to the mall or something like that, I like to get us lunch or something like
Hmm.
that, so
Sure.
that she doesn't have to cook when we come back.
Hmm.
Simple things.
Yes. Yep. That always, when my wife doesn't have to cook, that always makes her happy.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. And
And then
and
of
it's.
course, the things that, it's not on the list, okay? But when
Hmm.
he knows that, I like that. So it's been a long time that I'm looking for my favorite brand of, cappuccino.
Yeah.
And then in SNR it's there. So I'm a bit shy to tell him, but anyway, I can get. But just to respect Frank, I have to tell. But he knows that I like that because I was standing, and then he told me, "Girl, get it." But I
Hmm.
just have to look at him. Well, I still have coffee in the house, and then he told me, "Come on, get it," because I know my husband knows me. So it's just like it's unauthorized, but he gave me
I like
authorization to take that.
I used that unauthorized on my wife the other day. She brought home she brought home she had some uniforms and some clothes delivered to her work, and I went, "What do you got in the bag, honey? What do you got?" "Oh, just more jacket." That is an unauthorized purchase, missus. I use that. I like that. Unauthorized.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
But
do
that's
like
the
that.
thing. When I see her standing there looking at something like a little puppy,
Yeah.
waiting, waiting for you to put the food in the bowl. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I know she wants it, and
Mhm.
then I'll tell her, "Oh, go ahead and get it." And she's like, "No, that's all right." And then I have to tell her, "Go on and get it." And then, "No, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. That's all right." And then I'm like, "Girl, go on and get it. Come on now. I don't
Mhm.
have all day. We got other stuff to get. Come on,
I hear
let's
you.
go."
I hear you. I do. Do you know what I do, Frank? Many times is when I see her do that, I catalog it because she'll do the same thing. "Oh, we don't need it. We don't. Oh, no." I'll catalog it
Mm-hmm.
and save that as a surprise later.
Mm.
If I can, I'll order it on Amazon, or I'll go back to where she saw that and pick it up and give it to her when she comes home from work. A nice little surprise that buys you a lot of love right there, man. A lot of love, a lot of respect. Yeah. Catalog it, go get it. Here, baby. It's because I love you. Oh, you're going to eat good and feel good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, because I'll do that when she sends me to the store by myself.
Hmm.
And she gives me her list of what I'm supposed to get. And then I know she likes these little chocolate ball candies.
Oh, good, good.
And I'll get those or something else that I know that she likes. And I always bring up one or two things that I know that she likes. So, and
Smart man.
you should see the smile on her
Uh
face
huh.
when
Uh
it
huh.
comes out the bag.
Uh huh. Here, baby. Because I love you. You got to put some butter on top of it. It's because I love you, hon. I
Okay,
do
so
I do the same thing with. I don't buy her flowers too often, just once in a while. But she really likes that. But I'll buy her a house plant, and just out of,
Mm,
I'll go through the supermarket or go to a nursery not far away from here, and just the same thing. I'll put it on. We eat at the kitchen island right there every night. It's just the two of us, and I'll put a new house plant right there. Oh wow, hon! Oh look at that, and put some butter on it. She cuts it up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on the second ways that to keep the flame of love burning is start to date again, because well, a lot, this is what I noticed, Bob and Frank, that like I have a big sister ahead of me. Okay, so when they're boyfriend and girlfriend, they always have date, but once they're husband and wife, the dating thing is no longer there on their on the relationship. So that's good also, that sometimes, yeah, I hear that what you said, Bob, that sometimes you do a
Yeah.
date with your wife. And me also, Frank
Hmm.
always bring me to well, the date that we go is Monday or Tuesday. So that's that's the dating days that me and Frank go to movie house, or sometimes we go to our favorite pancake house, eat breakfast there and back home.
And they closed down your favorite place.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was the name of that place in the mall?
Tong Yang. Oh, that's the Tong Yang, Bob, is just like hot pot, or shabu shabu. The shabu
Yeah,
shabu, not the
I know
shabu.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that point. Yeah, yeah, like that.
And then you're the one who gonna cook that. There's a there's a the table that they give you, the broth, beef, chicken, pork, or seafood's broth, and then you're
Uh huh.
gonna cook there, and you can barbecue, because there's a part that the it's ready to grill, it's already marinated. So I love to go that.
And I would drink all the beer that I could.
Go ahead. That's what going out. That's what going out is for. I get my wife a Coke and I get a beer when we go to that casino. I don't drink very much, so I think the max I could drink is three glasses of beer, and she drives home. Works out real well. I get to feel good, listen to some live music, have a big lunch, and three glasses of beer. I'm happy. Yep.
So
I'll
that's
tell you,
that's our date time.
it was years ago, Frank. Not long after we got married, and I got four kids in the house, two American kids, two Filipino kids, and they're all old enough to be left alone for a few hours, right? So one day, the wife's in the kitchen making dinner, and she comes, and I was upstairs. She didn't know what I was doing. She comes upstairs and comes in the bedroom and goes, "Hun, dinner. I'm making dinner," and I'm getting dressed. I'm putting on my best clothes and everything, my shoes and everything, getting all looking good. And she goes, "Are you going out, hun?" I said, "Yeah, I'm taking you out dancing." Oh, uh, oh. I'm cooking now, but I'll make it fast. That was
Yeah,
that
that
was a
shocked her.
that was such a good memory. Are you going out, hon? Yeah, I'm taking you out dancing. Oh, that's the romance. That's the romance. That
Yeah.
little surprise, little surprise. Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
that's nice to hear that you surprise your wife, and
I
I'm
do.
sure
I do.
so
Yeah,
you both love dancing.
yeah. You bet we do. Oh, you bet. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So me, Frank teach me how to dance. The bump dance.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh,
I
we do.
I surprised Lily the other day. We're on our way to the mall, and I pull into the Toyota car dealership, and we go in, and sales lady there, she, opened up the Dawn was telling me, "Oh, go ahead and sit down," and I said, "No, I don't need to sit down, babe. Sit down. It's going to be your car. You have to see if you like it or not." And that shocked
Oh,
her.
oh, wow. That's right. Oh, right on. Yeah.
Well, it's just like, I'm thinking that, oh, just, just go around. But, I'm good, look at the car, ask, what type of engine is this, is this, uh, manual or automatic transmission, or,
hmm
So I just, Frank, go, let me go inside, the car and feel, and I told, oh my God, I like, the sit in, the car was, you know,
That's all right. That's one hell of a
good.
surprise. Y- Yeah,
And I just,
any of the gentlemen out there listening, try taking your wife out dancing. Women love it. They can dress up, they can put on their best shoes, their best whatever they want, and just oh yeah, take her out on the dance floor and show her off. All the ladies love dancing. They love it. Try that.
Kachiko TV. Hello, Kachiko TV. Thank you for coming. Yeah, because well, some that's the reason I learned dancing, because I asked Frank, because I told him that when I was teenager in my barangay, every year we do have fiesta, and
Mm,
then once that fiesta, there's a dance
yep.
in plaza. So that's during my time, when I was teenager. So the only thing that we can able to dance on the plaza, but especially fiesta. So I just love to dance on the fiesta. But
Right on. Right on. Yeah.
Frank told me, what dance can you teach me? The bump. So I'm very excited because the bump is just like a basic a dance for black people. But it's really nice for me because simple moves, and
hmm
once you timing on the beat, it's really fantastic to see a people that has the move to do that. It's
hmm
cool. So
Those
once
those
I
I get her, once I get her to the States, she'll really learn how to dance. Once I take her to the clubs.
right on. Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Women love dancing, little surprises once in a while. Just like I said, just a simple little house plant. And she'll come home from work and oh, look, that's how you keep the romance. Build good memories. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's just like, my experience that time last year. I was, a bit sick. And I told Frank that, I can't go with him because, I cannot really, I feel not sick. And then that time I was, I have a little colds, and, my throat is, and then I told him that the only thing that I want to eat is like the orange, and the banana. That's the only thing that I want to eat, because I told him that don't buy anything that it's not on the list, because I'm gonna going to cook my arroz caldo, because when I get sick, that's the food that I love to eat, the arroz caldo. Oh my goodness, when he arrived, and then I there's a lot of canned soup that oh my God,
Chicken
that
noodle.
I
hmm
chicken wings that, well, it's just like it's suddenly that I'm not get sick about the food.
My
So
my Asawa loves chicken wings. She does. Yeah.
oh my God,
Mhm.
especially Bob, I love the combination of the barbecue and the what's the
The
blue
one with the
cheese.
cheese. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
And you
so
like the
good.
one that have that cheese
Oh,
sprinkled on it.
yeah.
The parmesan,
Parmesan. hmm
Yeah,
the garlic. Oh my God.
Take that and what we like, dip it in a little ranch dressing. Ah.
yeah.
Oh. hmm I'm making myself hungry. She's not out of bed yet. It's only 5:30 here, so yeah. I'll excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna go get a coffee.
Go ahead.
Okay, Bob, go ahead. Okay, so the next 10 ways to keep the love burning, Frank, is eat dinner at home. Okay, so a lot, especially for those, for those Western men married to a Filipina guys, okay, be grateful if your wife will cook for you because that's how we express our love. We always feed our men. It's just like it reminds me it reminds me that when I saw Frank when he arrived in Ninoy Aquino International Airport, and then I was, oh my God, is that him? Because I don't really expect, because when I saw him on the on the video call, he's not really as as slim, as he's not really as thin. Okay. And when I saw him, oh my God, standing there waiting for me, because I just keep, I keep communicate with him, because I told him, I bit late because it's traffic going to the airport. And I saw him, my God. So the first thing that I tell to myself, oh, Frank need me. Frank need me. And you know what, guys? Okay, after 1 year that we've been married, okay, we've been married for almost 5 years, guys. So after 1 year, you know what? He tells me, sweetheart, please stop feeding me because my milk is no longer fit on me. And then it's not really it's not really all the way button. It's just zipper and the button is not closed. And then I always I Frank, you forgot to button your pants. And then he said, no, sweetheart, I did that because it won't fit. So yeah. So that's for those Western people that married to a Filipina guys. Don't surprise if your your wife will cook and feed you.
Yeah, they'll feed
I'll
you
joke
to
like
death.
really
That's a fact. That's a fact. How long have you guys been together?
almost 5 years.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a fact. I know why the Filipinas feed her husband so much. The deep underlying reason why. Because all the other girls see a man with a round belly, the other girls know he's married. And that's why they do it. That's why they do it. I know it.
That makes sense.
It does, doesn't it? It's simple, but it's that underlying Filipina code, that code of conduct.
If you lose that six pack.
You're married. That's right. Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm glad that, Frank is not really into the, picky when it comes to, well, I just really cook food that, I know to myself that, he can able to eat, except the ampalaya, the bitter gourd,
Oh
Bob.
yeah, yeah.
Have you tried that?
I
He
have.
doesn't
Yes.
like that, oh my God.
Uh, I'm an old GI, so I can eat almost anything, and I will eat ampalaya. But yeah, if there's something else,
Not me. I won't touch it. I won't
hmm
touch it. I
hmm
tried it twice.
yeah,
Okay, she cooked it one way. I tried it. Didn't like it. Told her, no, I don't want that. Then she said, okay, I'm gonna cook it another way. And she cooked it another way, and I tried it. Nope.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like I think the only way I can tolerate it, Frank, is if she chops it up into small pieces and puts it in with some scrambled eggs.
Mm.
And then it's like, yeah,
You
it's that
taste
smile
more
on,
on egg than, than the ampalaya.
yeah, more eggs and the and I kind of eat it kind of like, Yeah, thanks, hon.
Maybe I could eat it if I put hot sauce on
Yeah, I've never tried that. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. I got to try that.
it. Because the
Hmm.
hot sauce will kill the flavor.
Hmm. I
But
know.
you know what? That's my favorite. That's my favorite ampalaya. I eat that. Just only. That's I make that. Salad. Oh my god. The more because ampalaya is a bitter taste, but
Yes.
it's just like once you swallow it, the bitter it won't leave in your on your tongue. Unlike some other food that bitter taste, it takes long to gone on your tongue. But the ampalaya, I love ampalaya. It's very healthy.
Here's the thing that she does that makes me stay in love. I never have to say, I need something washed.
Yeah.
I never have to say, I need something ironed.
Hmm.
I never have to say, fix something to eat.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Never have to say that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be done. Okay. So those are the things that just keep me. I never have to say, the house needs to be clean.
Never. Yeah.
Never.
Never. Yep.
Okay. She'll sometimes at night, okay, I'll go get into bed and she'll be up and she'll just start cleaning the house.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm out the way. So
Aren't you
she's like,
doing?
I could clean now. He won't get in my way.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Hey,
Kuya
Kuya
how's it
Joy.
Will.
going?
Mm.
So, how are you?
I'm good. Ikinagagalak itong kumakilala, harap-harapan.
Ako din, Kuya. Kinagala ko
Mm.
Yeah.
rin na makilala ka.
Frank and Bob, how are you guys?
Hey,
I'm
how's it
doing good.
going?
Doing very good. Thank you. Mm.
Sorry, I have my camera off.
Ah,
Hi.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
So,
relegated to the garage.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I smoke, so
Yeah.
I go out in the garage.
And that's why I'm in my office
Hmm.
so I can smoke.
Well,
I get it.
my wife and family are still asleep, and when I get on YouTube, I'm too loud. So
Mm.
Okay.
yeah, they're like, go
yeah, because it's
outside.
too early there. Yeah.
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 So is
Yeah,
that
that's why,
your man
when
cave?
Huh?
Is the garage your man cave?
No, actually, my bedroom is. I have a recording studio, but I can't use it
Oh,
right now. So,
Yeah.
but I smoke also. So
Hmm.
I
oh
come
my
out
God,
in the morning.
the other room is just only for Frank, the smoking room, because once he opened the door, oh my God, I and then he asked me, "Sweetheart, are you okay?" Because my sneezing thing is nonstop.
That's it. That's where it puzzles me. Okay, where the family finally settled in Davao City, there was an open canal for years in front of their house. You know how a canal smells.
Oh
She
yeah.
grew up with that. And then if she smells my cigarette smoke, oh, I said, how can cigarettes bother you when that canal doesn't bother you? It just like makes my head go sideways. Like what? Cigarette smoke makes her start sneezing, and oh man,
Yeah.
Lilibeth never complains when we're on the road behind a jitney and all of that black smoke
oh
is coming out.
uh huh,
Okay, and she won't say a word.
yeah,
But if I
yeah,
light up a
a
cigarette,
cigarette. Hmm. Uh huh. Sounds like you and I are living in the same house, Frank.
It's the same mindset that tayo or any of the dried fish, and then they fry
Oh,
it. It
oh,
bothers us,
oh, God. Oh,
but to
God.
Filipinos, that's something they grew up with.
Yeah.
You know, so you think about us in our age group. We grew up in a time where people were smoking everywhere.
Hmm.
yeah.
That's true.
So it doesn't bother us like it does them because
Yeah.
But I never say a word about the fish. Have I ever complained about the fish, sweetheart?
I
Never,
do.
not once.
I do. I see that stuff and I go, "Oh God, stinky fish."
But it tastes good.
It does.
Yeah, it is. I agree, Kuya Joey. It tastes good.
I
But you know
believe it.
what? I have also give consideration to Frank. I know I can feel that. I have to close, the door from our room. Everything is closed, and then I have to open the window and the door, and then the electric one, and then the exhaust one is open because I can
Oh
tell
yeah,
also that
yeah.
Well, I have a
don't
I
like
have a
the smell.
perfect solution for you guys.
Mhm,
About, I don't know, 15 years or more ago, we bought a gas grill that has a side cooker on the side.
mhm.
Um, so I'm like, I
Outside.
love the fish, yeah. And
Mhm.
then even my wife, she doesn't like the way the fish smells in the house after it's done cooking. It gets stuck in the
Yeah.
house. So she'll go use the gas grill on the side cooker, put the fryer on that or whatever, and just do it outside. And then there's no
That's
problem.
that's what well, way I do it is last time she brought home some stinky fish, I put it on a video to show I when she was growing up that she cooked on a paint can wood stove. You
Hmm.
know, I'm into preparedness and all that. So I made a paint can stove and then I welded together a bunch of bed frames to make a stand, so you could sit down and
Mm.
cook. She brought home stinky fish. And I go, "Oh God, stinky fish." She goes, she immediately goes, "Hun, go out there and build me a fire and I'll cook it outside." Gladly. I'm happy to do that. No problem.
On my way.
On my way. Yep.
But here
That's
we
the
cannot,
compromise.
we cannot do that because we're inside, we're in the condo, so there's a
Mhm.
certain things that we're not allowed, to cook on the porch. So
Yeah.
yeah, Frank has no choice just to smell. Yeah, I agree what Kuya Joey said that even though me, I don't really like after I fry, the smell that oh, it's so I spray a lot of air freshener inside the room because it's
But
but
no
it's good.
Filipino is going to complain about the smell of the stinky fish coming out of the house
That
because
makes
they
their mouth
all eat
water.
it.
It makes their mouth water when they smell that. Oh, dinner's ready. Yeah. I recall another incident with the stinky fish. Now, I call the fish stinky fish, but there's that dried fish. Now that's
Mhm.
really bad.
That's what I'm
And
talking about. Yeah, the
yeah,
tayo, the
uh-huh. And when we first moved into our first house, that she had that dried fish. So I set her up with the propane camp stove out in the garage, and she started cooking it, and I'm freaking dying, man. It just and she goes, she's cooking it and smiling and goes, now they all know there's an Asian in the neighborhood.
you know,
Oh,
in the
geez.
Philippines, many of the houses, the older style houses, their kitchen is actually located in their back,
Yeah. Hmm.
outside.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I guess it was never an issue, like out in the
The
province and
dirty
stuff.
kitchen.
Yeah, the
Dirty
dirt.
kitchen. Yeah, that's correct. Mhm.
So it's never been an issue really, because you're not cooking it and it's not getting stuck in your clothes, the smell and all that, because it's
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm going to send a list of to do things for our house in Davao. And that's part of the plan is that I want to, we already got some of the land next to the house concrete already because the cats were crapping in there and it was awful. So my brother-in-law, he's a caretaker of our home, and he concreted all that. And then that's part of what I would like to do on that side of the house is set up a dirty kitchen,
Mhm.
we're in
outside.
we're in Davao.
We're in a gated community. I don't really feel comfortable with giving the exact location where we're at, But that's where my wife grew up, was in Davao City. Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. We just bought a house in a gated community up there that they just put together not long ago.
Really?
Yeah, but we have a we have a lot of land
Hmm.
out in the province. Her parents are coconut farmers, and they've given us
Oh,
a large portion of the land. So
Mm.
can I put in the private chat where our
yeah,
house is at?
yeah,
Okay.
I won't
Yeah.
say it.
Okay. We're in
Yeah, because that's what we're doing now, looking for land to build a house.
right there in the
Okay, yeah,
comments.
I know
Hmm.
that place.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I never know. We might see each other over there someday. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
ours is further north than that.
okay.
If you know that gated community up there, but
Oh, yeah. I think I know. We might be driving right past your place once
yeah,
in a while. Yeah. Oh, what a small world. Wow.
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, Lily, I heard your topic and I got interested. I don't ever come up, so but I
Okay.
do. I used to do a lot of live shows on this topic because me and my wife we've been together for 27 years,
Hmm.
Okay.
married for 25,
Well, geez, we're
and
new these days.
but I heard your first thing and it was about communication, and I always break this down into like pillars or like the foundation. Like if you're building a house, communication is the foundation of the house. Without communication, you can have nothing else
Right.
substantially. And the communication builds the walls of trust, and then without trust, you can't have loyalty. Without loyalty, you can't have emotional intimacy. Without emotional intimacy, you cannot have physical intimacy. And the problem today in society is they skip people skip the first four steps and go straight to physical intimacy first. But it's not an intimate thing, it's just physical. There's no
Yeah.
intimacy involved in it, it's just physical. And then it's a broken system because now you're trying to create a relationship based off of physical intimacy as the foundation instead of the other things building up to it. And one of the things I've noticed, and me and my wife have talked about, how to continue the flame growing, and it's so simple. Guys, everyone listening, love is the easiest thing on the planet. It's the relationship maintaining that is the difficult part. And how do we do that? We change as people, right? Over time.
Yeah,
I'm not the
we
same
do.
person I was 5 years ago, and 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'll be a different person. I'm still me, but I have different interests, different hobbies maybe. I have different things piss me off, different things make me happy. You know, and my wife is no different. She's the same. She's not the person I met 25 years ago. So, one of the things, how do you keep that flame going? Is you keep noticing those subtle changes in your partner. And it gives you opportunities to fall in love again over and over and over. Because I think there's a big mistake that people are like, oh, we're dating or we met, now we're dating serious. Okay, now we fell in love. Okay, now what's next? No, there is no what's next. Falling in love all the time. That's what's next forever. That's the only
I
way to
like
do it.
that. I like that. Yeah.
And also having patience,
Yeah.
okay, to be able to sometimes step away. Like I know when I'm getting on her nerves with something. So I know to just step away and leave her
That's
alone,
true.
and,
Hmm.
and she'll be all right in a little while.
Hmm.
Lily, where are you from? Taga saan ka sa Pinas?
I'm born in Negros Occidental,
Ah,
but
okay.
here,
Bisaya.
we're here in Metro Manila. We stay here in Metro Manila, but I born in Negros Occidental. I'm Bisaya,
Yeah.
Dakog
Yeah.
Bisaya.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so Frank and Bob, you both
Yeah.
are well aware. I don't know how long you've been married, Bob, but you guys are both well aware that all Filipino women are great and wonderful, but the Bisaya women are the kindest, sweetest women on the planet until you piss them off.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And
Try
then
not to do that.
if you piss them off, you have two options. You can either run or start a fire in the house. Both options are easier to deal with.
That's why I call my wife my little Mindanao warrior sometimes. Grabs her bolo and runs.
Well, I'll sometimes when she gets mad at me and I'll come home, like if we get in an argument and I go to work and then I come home, this is kind of a joke. I don't know if you guys will get it, but Lily will. I'll open the door when I come home that afternoon and I'll say, Tabi tabi po. And so there's
Okay, okay.
there's
Yeah,
encantos. There's these spirits that Filipinos believe are in the forest and all that. And
yeah.
one of the
If
things
you
you're
say
supposed to
tabi
say,
tabi po, they gonna stop. They gonna stop.
they won't attack you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm
Oh,
coming to your place. So I'll open the door and I'll tabi tabi po. You know.
I'm gonna write that down. I gotta memorize that. I got a notebook right here.
Here,
Tabi tabi po.
I'm typing it for you.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's cool. That's cool, Kuya Joey, because here's the thing. For those Western people, because a lot of Filipino believe that it's just like a very thing that if you go to the place, you always say tabi tabi. You have to say excuse,
Yeah. The, the
and
the
then
thing you're trying to avoid is a thing called a niño sapunso. They live in like a dirt mound, and they're basically like a dwarf or a duende.
oh
Duende.
yeah.
I've heard of
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and they'll
Like a
just
little
mess with your
leprechaun
life.
or something, huh?
Yeah, Frank. And they'll just mess with your life. And so you say tabi tabi po, and they won't mess with you. So that's what when I come home after we had an argument, I'll open the door. Oh, tabi tabi po. You know.
Smart guy. So that translates into like excuse me or
Yeah,
Uh,
like
yeah.
it does. It doesn't really have an English translation, but it's kind
okay.
of like "excuse me" or "pardon me" or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like the explanation, Bob. Like Kuya Joey, that his wife is not really is not a little upset on him, so that people that have a strong personality, like if you're gonna say tabi 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 po, they start to calm down, okay, because you
Oh,
don't
okay.
want to have a fight, okay, so tabi tabi po.
And then if it's like a little argument, and then I'm messing with her, I'll say, "Oh, hala Abu Saif," you know,
I know what
because
that
she's
is.
yeah,
Hala. Abu Sayyaf. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what that
I know what
is.
that is. Yeah. Yeah. I wrote down the definition of that.
tabi tabi po,
Kuya
yeah,
tabi tabi po. Pardon me. Let me pass. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically,
Like
yeah,
yeah. Okay. I got it.
yeah. So one
I'll
of the
surprise
things
my
about
wife.
Lily, I'm sorry. One of the things about communication that I love to get apart, especially to Westerners dating Filipinos or married to Filipina, is learning the language, learning the culture.
Mhm.
And I no self promotion here, but I do teach Tagalog online for free, and I also teach Bisaya. But um, there's so many people, guys. You probably know them both. That there's so many Filipinos here that are married to Americans, and we go to these big Filipino parties, and I understand the language and I can hear them talking, and it saddens me because a lot of times the women are like, "Oh, my husband has no care at all to learn anything about our culture or anything about our language. He only knows 3 words, blah blah blah." And if you can't understand the language, that's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. But one of the things that will make your wife happy is if you give a concerted effort. Nobody's expecting us to
True.
everybody who's married to a Filipino to go out and become fluent in the language. No, but to understand the cultural differences, especially, is extremely important.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
and it will save you so many heartaches and arguments and misunderstandings. Just understanding the culture. Why does this thing right here piss her off? Why does this make her cry? You know,
Mhm.
why is it so different? You know, just a little bit of investigation into the differences helps.
And I thought that was menopause.
Yeah, but
I,
seriously, just a little bit of a little investigation on your part into the cultural differences is
mhm.
will go a huge way. And I'm surprised by how many of us are married to them who don't do that.
I need to springboard off of what you just said, Joey. I it's Bisaya for me is really hard. I've pretty much given up, but I can learn Tagalog easier. But an
Yeah.
example is I've got an English brother-in-law. You can see him on our videos. They come to our place and we all visit together. He calls their language and their culture as gibberish. He
Mm.
will not learn any of their language. And now I don't like his wife. We don't get along right now. My sister-in-law. I'm being honest. I don't care for her. But she did mention to me because I was speaking some Bisaya Tagalog mixed with my wife and my
Hmm.
nieces, and she says, that's really great, Bob, that you took the time to learn some of our
Yeah.
language. Gary calls it like mindless gibberish, and he won't learn any of their culture. He refuses. Like you're a freaking moron, dude. You're dumb. You need to know something about
Yeah.
your
I don't get
wife's
it because
life. I don't get it. I don't get it.
yeah, I don't get it. You're from the Pacific. You're from the Pacific Northwest, Frank. I don't know where you're from in
Hmm.
the states,
I'm from Chicago.
but
Hmm.
Chicago. So all three of
Yeah.
us have a different. I'm from Alabama. All three of us have a different culture.
Yeah,
We
we
have
do.
an American culture, yes, but we have a different subculture. It really kind of outlines who we became over our life. It tells you a lot about a person. Just knowing that Frank's from Chicago tells me, I mean, it doesn't tell me everything about him, but I know some things already about Frank. I know some things about Bob already because he's from the Pacific Northwest, and you guys know some
Mhm.
things about me already. There's those generic qualities that those subcultures make up. It's no difference in the Philippines. People from Manila have a different subculture than people from
That's a
Davao
fact.
or people from La Union. There's
Yeah.
different subcultural differences, and they really define kind of who we are as we were growing up. And to say that you don't want to learn anything about their culture is saying I don't want to learn anything about my wife. To
Yeah,
me, that
that's
way.
that's I agree with you 100%, and it boggles my mind why the guy I know real well, the British guy, my
Yeah,
brother-in-law, refuses to learn. I don't get it. I just
yeah,
don't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it, and it kind of pisses me off. It's like, dude, you are
Maybe
not.
he can. Maybe he can.
That
Sometimes
could
it's
be.
hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
That that
yeah.
that could be. But he really, dude,
Well,
just because you're
Frank,
British, you're not
you're
better.
yeah, that's true.
You know.
Hey, by the way, we beat you guys. That's what you should do. Remind them every now and then.
I do once in a while. Yeah, well, we kicked your red coat asses right out of our country, didn't we?
No, but Frank is doing it the right way. He moved there. He
Mhm,
Frank is learning culture whether he wants to or not. It's all around him.
mhm.
He's learning through osmosis.
Yep.
Now, the language doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You can't learn the language by osmosis, but um, you have to you have to be
learning
committed to learn Tagalog.
learning how the people act, learning how to show respect and do certain little things when you meet older people, like when you take the hand and
yeah,
Yeah.
like my
do
mano.
that when somebody's
Yeah,
Mhm.
older than you,
Monopo
and
mhm.
yeah, and
yeah.
to
So
take your shoes off when you come into somebody's house, you know.
yeah, Exactly. And you're learning all that stuff not because you're trying to learn it necessarily, but because you're there and you see it and you're
Yeah.
experiencing
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Um, does everybody who marries a Filipina need to move to the Philippines to learn the culture? Absolutely not. There's this great thing that
Mhm.
came out about 20 years ago. It's called the internet. It works great.
Yeah.
And
It works great. Mhm.
and there's also this other thing. You have your wife. You can talk to her. Why is this different? Why is that different?
We also I love Filipinos in this area. There's a lot of them up here in the PNW, Pacific Northwest. We get invited out to parties and I've been with my wife for 20 years, 4 years LDR and 16 years married. And over the years we really narrowed it down to just a core group of people that we can really trust and the good people who don't want anything.
Yeah.
'Cause you got anywhere you live, you got to weed out, the ones that want something, and we've done that here in the U.S. and we're doing that overseas too. Yeah. Uh, yeah,
Well, go ahead.
we'll be there full time in Davao in about 5 years when we get the last two nieces educated. I made a video of photographs of our recent visit, and I showed the two youngest nieces. They're high school age, and when we get those two educated and through university, and then we're gone. We're gonna
Yeah.
retire over there.
It kind of seems like it'll never happen for us. We have 3 kids in college right now, and
Oh
it's
boy,
just
yeah.
like, oh my god, can you
Mhm.
guys take like 8 classes at a time instead of 6? Can you guys take 12? Why why are you sleeping? Go to school or something. Hurry up.
Yeah, I started coming here about 17 years ago.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I had a friend that retired, used to work for the government. He retired. And him and I, we used to always play chess every day. He's Filipino, very
Yeah.
good chess player. And so I came to visit him, and then I met some friends of his, and we became good friends. And so I started coming in and visiting him also, and so I would just be coming back and forth and meeting different people and going to parties, and they would throw parties for me and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And so I just fell in love with the country.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. I did a similar thing for an old friend of mine. He was recently divorced, and he was looking at the Asian ladies that we worked with at Boeing, and I said, "Hey, I'm real happy with my asawa." So I said I invited him to some of our Filipino parties because I guess he was talking to some ladies from the Philippines online, and of course they wanted money, all that stuff. So I brought him to some of our Filipino parties and I introduced him around. And yeah, he's married to his asawa now, and she's from Manila, and they're still married. Everything's going okay with them. That's what I did for him because he was a good guy and he was lonely. So it's like you don't have to be alone, man. There's millions of single ladies over there.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, they just they're not hesitate, to talk with the woman, because women are, Filipina. Here's the thing that, a lot of Western people don't really get about Filipino. We're not really showing about, things that we're not the one to initiate the move. So
Yes.
we're gonna wait for the men, we're gonna
Hmm.
wait for the men to do the move. And that's, we're gonna, that's once we saw the man that do a move or initiate, we just go on that, we just ride on that. So we're
Is
not
that
really into that, into the, we're the one who gonna initiate the move. No,
is
we
that a
don't.
dance move that you're waiting for to happen? A dance move? Like,
Kinda, Joey, kinda.
The first approach.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of Americans will live and die within maybe 20 miles
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
a
of
yeah.
fact.
where they were born. They'll never leave. They'll always be around that area somewhere. They
That's
don't want to
especially
go
true where I
anywhere.
live. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know about you two Americans, but what you just mentioned, Frank, I have a hard time dealing with people like that
I do too.
because their mind is so
Oh,
small,
Yeah.
yeah,
and that's where you'll find a lot of bigotry from
Yes.
people like that. Oh, and
Yeah.
I
yeah.
detest bigotry. I hate that. If
Yeah.
someone is a bigot, I'm out of there. I'm not going to get near them. I'm not going to try to convert them. Nothing. I don't have time for you. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's hard
my
to even
saying,
have.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. People like that, for people like us who've seen the world, who've been around. I mean, I've been to 28 countries, um, and lived in several countries for long periods of time. For and then to go and to talk to someone like that, I work with some of those people, and it's just like,
Oh,
oh my god, how is it? How this is your
oh,
viewpoint of the world? Everything that exists in Alabama. If it's not in Alabama, you don't care about it, or
yeah.
uh, you know. And it's just like how in a modern society like that we live in, how is it even possible? You had to make a concerted effort to not look outside.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. You're
Well,
stupid and you're going to
I
stay
am
stupid.
I'm allergic to stupidity, so
Me
I
too.
stay away. I stay away.
Uh-huh.
Hold on,
I
guys. I'm
like
sorry.
that. I like that. Allergic to stupidity.
Allergic.
Hey, guys.
I'm getting some good ones from Frank.
No, hold on. I'm just kidding.
Unauthorized, allergic.
Well, ako gigutong kaon ka na. Oh, wala to ko kinini sa ulahi. Oh,
So okay, so the next
salamat.
okay, number 4 is
Gigugum.
like I mentioned about eat dinner at home. So sometimes it happens that I prefer to go home, okay, even though, okay, this is the thing that me and Frank, every month we go to the bank because of course, time to pay bills. So he told me that, oh sweetheart, we buy something, what do you want, Subways or Burger King, KFC? And then I told him, no, just go home. I want to cook because especially that I have bunch of vegetables. So I told him, no, Frank, you know, because I hate throwing food on the garbage that I don't cook. So I told
Sayang.
him, Frank, no, just go home, and then I want to cook because I don't want to throw the food. It's sayang. So, well, we sometimes we do that. I refuse to take some Frank's offer, to buy food out. So I told him, no, I go home. I still have time. I still have time to cook.
Sayang.
You know, there's
Sayang.
an American saying, a family that eats together stays together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
True.
it's true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Frank mentions the things I don't have to worry about. Things that are automatic, being married to a Filipina. And in my situation, my wife works 6 days a week, at least 12 hours a day, every day. I do not even have to message her that I'm hungry. She always comes home with some food for me.
Yeah.
Always, 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 every day. And if she doesn't have food with her, she'll go. One of my favorite meals. She'll go in the kitchen and she'll make me a grilled cheese sandwich and then blow kisses on it. Made with love, guapo. I know it sounds silly, but it makes it taste better. You know,
It does. You know, there's a Filipino. And I know you guys have seen it. Filipinos eat with their hands a lot often when they're at
yeah.
home.
Mhm.
And there's an old Filipino saying where I'll do it in English, but the food given to you by the hand of your lover always tastes better. And
Oh, that's a
it's that
fact.
when they
That is
like
that is
if
a
they grab some rice or something and then they feed it with their hand, it just tastes better.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean, I know.
this has me thinking of something, and I have to bring this up about some women in the states. Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was living with this woman the day before we had went grocery shopping. I bought about $300 worth of food. Okay, I had to work late that night. I had a deadline that had to be in. It had to be done, or I would mess around and end up getting fired if I didn't have it done. So I stay late. I know there's not going to be anything waiting for me to eat when I come
Yeah.
home, even though I just got through buying food. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I just stop off at McDonald's and get some couple of burgers and some fries. And this is one thing that I cannot stand. I come in, I sit down, and then they want to sit down and start picking my fries off of my plate and start eating them. You know, and I'm like, geez, can I at least have my food? Okay, can I sit down and have my? You didn't cook me anything, all right? I just got through buying food. Okay, but now you want to sit up here. You've been here where you could eat anything that you wanted to eat all day long, and now you want to sit here and eat my food. Can't stand
Yeah.
that.
Frank, you mentioned earlier right before I came up, and you were joking half-heartedly. But here's the difference, I think. Men, we're simple creatures. We're creatures of habit. We're simple. We want simple things. We want them, and we want them now. And we don't always want to ask for them. The difference between American women and Filipino women is Filipino women, I think, get that. I think they get that we're simple creatures and that we want those simple pleasures in
Yeah.
our life. And they're willing to provide them. Whereas I think American women are not anymore. And there's a bigger underlying thing too. You guys were talking about it in your last stream or the last stream I was in, where Filipino women are still feminine. They still have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that doesn't mean that they doll themselves up and everything. That's not femininity. Femininity is
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
understanding their place in a relationship. They still respect that. And Filipinos, to a lot of men, even though we don't necessarily realize it, it's attractive to us because of the strong ties of family. They will do anything for their families.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those are the three things that really separate them and their culture out is the fact that they understand men are simple creatures and they know how to provide those things and do them without being need to ask for it. I mean, we've been married a long time, and I've told my wife, "Look, you don't have to do this," and she says, "I know." You know,
yeah.
I don't have to, but I want to.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
that's the
just like,
thing where
go ahead,
American
Philip.
women don't seem to understand. Okay,
right,
that the things that we do for them, we do it because we want to.
right,
You
Mm-hmm.
know, you will hear them say, "Oh, you're not a man if you don't do such and such and such and such." They want to tell you what being a
yeah,
man is. Okay, I know what being a man is.
So do
I'm
I.
one. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and the things that
Mm-hmm.
I do for you, I do out of love. It's not a thing that I have to do something. No, I don't have to do anything. I'm a grown man. You
right.
can't make me do anything if I don't want to do it. But the things that I do for you, I do out of love. Why can't you be the same way?
And I
You
think,
know?
going to Lily's topic here, this is important. I don't know if it's on your top 10, Lily, but we have to get better, both sides, men and women. We have to get better at being reciprocative of that love, at
Okay.
accepting those things.
Yeah.
Those things that
Good.
Lily does for you, Frank. and you say you don't have to do this, you don't have to do it. Don't say that. Just
Oh,
accept it.
she knows. Lily
Yeah,
Lily knows because I never complain, and whenever she does something for me, I always tell her, "Thank you, sweetheart."
yeah.
I let her know that I appreciate what she does for me, and then she does the same thing to me. She knows
Yeah.
I don't have to do certain things.
You got to
Okay,
change
just
it
like
and say. You just got to change it and say salamat, salamat sintako.
Oh my God. I give a hard time, to Frank to say that. Okay, so that's number 4. Okay, so this is the top 10. Okay, so we're in on the number 4. Focus on what is right in not that who. Okay, so that's number 4. So a lot of people, especially for couple that once they know that, like women, if they know that they're wrong, okay, admit it. Okay,
Yeah,
admitting you're
right.
wrong.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
But
right.
some women, it's hard to say no, or it's hard to say sorry if they do mistake. So you have to compliment that, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay, because the harmonious relationship, you have to understand that, that you commit mistake, and don't insist that you're still on right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, admit you
That
made a
is
mistake
true,
is
but
very important.
that is true. But the three of us are married to a Bisaya woman, and we know that there's two rules. Rule number one: Bisaya women are never wrong. Rule number two: if Bisaya woman is wrong, refer to rule number one.
she
I look
has
at it.
to save face.
Yes.
Yeah, that saving face stuff is just oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. Hala,
No,
Mister.
I said hiya, hiya. It's a
Hmm.
cultural term about saving face.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Oh,
After we go through the topic, uh, maybe off the show, if I could speak to you guys because you're all familiar with Bisaya, and I'm having some family problems over I mean really I need to get some other people's outlook on what to do with this,
Sure.
off
Okay,
topic or
sure.
offline here, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's the number 4, and then number 5 is get your hands dirty also. So, like, this is what I mean, that do something at chores. Okay, it's not for me. Okay, I don't obligate Frank to do like washing the dishes. Okay, or to cook, because I know to myself that I can handle with that. But sometimes, like, when I was sick, Frank is, he's the one who prepared my food. Okay, because some partner, they don't really care, as long as they, if the example, if they want to go outside with their friends, they don't care if their husband or wife is sick, and if they leave the house, is this person can, they have food that they can able to eat. So sometimes you do things that, like, do some a little chores. Okay,
Sure.
because uh well, like I said, that I don't really obligate Frank to do that, but sometimes, I feel happy that I'm very tired, and then sometimes the plate, it's in the sink. I just removed the rice or whatever it's stick on the plate, and then I let it. So I gonna wash that on tomorrow morning.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when I saw that, oh, when I check, oh, the plate is not there. So Frank washed that for me. So I'm just so happy that I don't need to obligate. him, to do that, because I don't, I don't allow Frank, to touch everything in my kitchen
Kitchen
because
belongs to
kitchen.
her.
She said my kitchen. I like that.
That's how it is in my house. This is my kitchen,
I
mister.
was
You
just
belong
about
out there. Yeah.
I was just about to say, Lily, the problem that men have is sometimes when we're trying to do those chores and help, we overstep.
Mm.
Because one day I remember I tried to do all the laundry for my wife, and I folded it and hung it. And she came home, and I said, "Hey, babe, I did the laundry." And the look on her face was like this. She was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What?" And she goes, "You did the laundry?" And I said, "Yeah." "Where is it?" "Well, I folded everything." Oh my God. You know, and it was because she has a certain way. She likes to fold things and put them up, and everything goes in a very specific place. And, I screwed it all up.
Hmm.
So I ended up causing more work for her in a way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to be careful with what you mess with when it's your wife. Everything in this house is hers. So
I
Yeah,
have
but
a method. I
I
have a
just live
method.
here.
I do the laundry. So I'm home. I'm retired, and I do the laundry. She likes to do the dishes. She likes to do the hand wash the dishes. It gives her time to think. So washing the dishes is hers. Cooking is hers. Okay. Now, laundry, cleaning the house, that's mine. Um, but I have a method to do laundry. It's learned behavior. Okay. Wash all the clothes. I hang up her uniforms and her shirts and all that so they don't wrinkle, all that. But her underwear, she's particular about that. So keep them in the laundry basket and set it on our bed so she can put away her own underwear because she's like, oh no, hon, that's my underwear. Uh, it's a method I've had to learn. Just let her handle the underwear, and I can do the rest of it. Isn't that weird? But that's the way it has to be.
yeah, that's right, Bob. Because even though me, I don't allow Frank to touch my underwear, to pull.
I
I'm
know.
not, I'm not.
I in fact I had an incident a few weeks ago. I had all the clothes washed and hung up, and there was a laundry basket outside of the laundry room with her bras and panties in it. And she sees those and went, "Oh, I don't like that. My underwear is showing." I was like, "Baby, we've been married for what? A lifetime. Oh no, I don't want anyone to see my underwear." Oh my god.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
even
Oh
because
mess
man.
with it. I don't mess with
that
the
that
underwear and stuff like that because my wife has a lot of clothes that have to be hand washed or specifically washed this way or specifically washed that way. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just complicated. I just throw all my stuff together and turn it on. But
Yeah, she broke me of that habit. I used to throw everything in, and she no, 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 you have to wash the underwear separate from and my street clothes have to be washed separate from my work clothes. And like, okay.
I've learned to leave it alone.
But I'm going to be honest with you. Don't tell her this. That sometimes it all goes in the same barrel, and I wash it up. And I just throw it all in there sometimes. But
Now, let me tell you this one about Billy. Okay, I can come into the living room. She's on the couch. The TV is on. She sleep. She'll fall asleep watching a movie.
yeah.
As soon as I touch the refrigerator and open it, her head will come up. What you looking for? She can hear that refrigerator door.
Mister, that kitchen is mine.
yeah.
Yeah, because
What?
here's the thing, guys, that because I arrange the refrigerator. Okay, the ketchup, oh, the mustard, the salad dressing. I know that. I know that part. Sometimes he asks me, where's the ketchup. So sometimes he's not really into ask me because I'm the one who gonna give that to him if we eat fries. I automatically give him the ketchup, but he doesn't know where's that part. Okay, so when I saw, because I don't want him to just go there. I saw him that he had a hard time, so I have to told him, Frank, it's at the back of the big ketchup, the the salad
Uh-huh.
dressing.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Put it
I'm
like
very
this:
aware.
a woman's kitchen is like a man's toolbox. You
Yeah.
don't want your
Yeah.
wife going through your tools.
Yep. Yep. That's a
So it's
fact.
kind of the same. It's kind of the same, I remember, I always love, like the Filipino philosophy of things like this. Like my wife, she will have just washed the dishes or something, and I'll go into the kitchen and I'll grab a piece of pie or something. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm getting a piece of pie. I just washed the dishes. Oh, okay.
Look at Frank laughing. He's heard that too.
So, eh, do you want me to hold it in my hand or what? No.
Mm,
Well, so why are you telling me you just wash the dishes? Because I just washed the dishes. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna get my pie now.
Do you know what
Lily,
I've done?
let me
I've
tell you
done.
this one. Lily is the opposite. Okay, I will go into the kitchen, maybe get a piece of pie or something like that.
Hmm.
I'll tear off some paper towel and put it on paper towel. And she'll
Yeah,
come to me,
Yeah.
why are you putting it on paper towel?
we
I
have
mean,
plate.
get a plate, put it on a plate, not on
I know,
paper towel.
Frank. Frank. Frank, you know as well as I do, we are never gonna do the right thing. you know.
Here's a good workaround, gentlemen. Here's a good workaround. Say you go in there to get a piece of pie, okay, and you get a little bit of static like that. Bring her a piece of pie too. Come on,
Oh
hon.
no,
Let's
I'll get
have
in trouble for that. I'll get in
Oh,
trouble for
really?
that. Oh yeah,
Oh,
she's
shoot.
high blooded.
I just bribe her a little bit of a bribe. Then come on here,
No.
hon. Let's
What are
sit
you
down and eat together.
what are you doing? You're trying to make me fat? I don't want it. I don't want it. No.
Now, here's the one thing that I do though. Sometimes when I'm watching her and she's cleaning the house and she finishes, okay, that next day I'll tell her, give her some money and tell her, go to the mall and go shopping. Okay, you worked so hard yesterday. You
Yeah.
deserve something nice. Go get you something nice. I'm not going to even go with you for me to be in the way and saying what you should get or what you shouldn't get. You just go and get you something nice.
Well,
That's where having a daughter comes in really handy, Frank, because the wife and the daughter will go out and she'll tell me like every 2 or 3 Sundays, Joel and I are going to go do some mom and daughter bonding. That means they're going to go out on a shopping day. Okay, go ahead. I'm staying here. I'm not going with you. Then she'll come home with a new garment or something, and oh, this is so nice. Yeah, daughters are handy.
see, our relationship's a little bit different. My wife's an accountant, so
Mhm.
I don't touch any of the money stuff. That's all her.
I don't either.
And I'm gonna tell you, Frank, and Bob,
Mhm.
if I need $10, it's easier to go to the damn bank and try to get a loan than it is to get $10 from my wife.
Oh my God, Kuya Joey,
Because it's
that's so
like
hard. Oh
I
my
need, hey babe, I need $10 for what? Well, I gotta buy that. Why do you need that? Well, I need it for work. Why? They don't have it at work. Well, they do, but I need my own. Why do you need your own? I mean, it's like 87 questions.
Oh
Can I
my
just
God.
Can I just have $10? Yeah, you can have it. Well, then why did you ask me all these questions? I don't know. It's just
You
like,
know, I stick a needle in my wife once in a while. She does the same, but she has electronic banking and sends it to my account. And once in a while, I'll send her a text because we don't see each other very much. She works all the time. And, Hun, I need some girlfriend money. Dangerous, but or a mistress money. I need some mistress money, hon. She knows I don't have no damn mistress, but I just stick a needle in her once in a while.
Well, do you want to explain how we handle finances, sweetheart, or do you want me to?
Okay, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead. You can, you can tell.
Okay, we go to the bank together. Okay, she writes out all of the paperwork on what's going where, what's going to go in this account, that account, whatever like that. Then we leave, we go to the other bank and we put money there. Then we go and we pay the cable bill and all. She goes, she pays the light bill, the water bill, and then we have a certain amount of money that we bring into the house.
Yeah.
That's our money. Neither one of us has to say anything to the other one if we want to take some money to do something. But the thing is, what do? I get cigarettes and I buy gas for the motorcycle, and that's about it. And anytime she goes to take anything, she will come and tell me I'm going to go to the Kiwala. What is that? The market there on Monday. The Ki.
Kadiwa.
Yeah.
The farmers market. Farmers market.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Mm-hmm. She, that she's going to the market or anything that she goes to do, where she's gonna take money out of the kitty. She says it. So, I'm not one of those guys who walk around with the money in my pocket,
right.
And she has to try to get it from me.
No,
the money is there.
And this is an interesting thing. I was reading something or I heard something on the radio, but like the younger generation of people who were married, like my generation, your guys' generation, when you got married, you had like a shared account. Generally, most people did like a shared account. Both paychecks got deposited into one account. Everything was managed from that one account. You shared an account. In today's society, most of the people aren't doing that. The husband and wives have their own bank accounts, completely separate of each other. The husband may pay for these things, the wife pays for these things, and their money is not shared. It's not a mutual account. And to me, I don't know. To me, that's odd, but that's the way most people are doing it nowadays.
I'll explain it to you. Now, being that I'm an old IRS guy, okay, and I used to go into people's homes and I had to go over their finances and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. And you will find that most husbands don't want their wives to know how much money they have, how much money they make. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's weird.
They try to keep that away from her, in case of divorce, because they don't want her to be able to wipe them out. She doesn't want him to be able to wipe her out. So everybody is so, like they got to watch each other, because if anything goes wrong, it's the old lawyers are gonna take everything from you thing. So
that makes sense. But that leads on to another topic. The people in the Philippines are like, oh, we need divorce to be. There's so many Pandora boxes opened up if you bring divorce into it.
Oh, it's ugly. Divorce is ugly, man. There's nothing good about it. I went to it.
My wife's like, we got married in the Philippines. We got married in the Philippines. There is no divorce. You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
My wife handles the money, and I'll give you an example of how we do it. I've got a joint account for both of us. That's where my money, my retirement check goes into that. And then, example, she has a master's of business, so she knows how to handle money. She's good with it. And like, we need to get a plumber in here and repair something in the house a few days ago. And I made the arrangements, got the plumber to come over, and she left me with a separate debit card and the PIN number. That account handles home repairs and house payment.
Yeah.
She has a separate account for groceries and daily needs. And out of that groceries and daily needs, she'll, whenever I need money, she'll just tick, 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 swipe and throw it over into my account.
Yeah.
That's how and I think she's got more than those accounts, because I think she's got another account for sending money back home for the family.
Yeah.
She's got it all split up. And
Oh, I like her. I like
yeah,
her.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
all right with me.
She is. She knows what she's doing. And
Yeah, my
I
wife does a similar thing, except it's all based out of one account. It just has different
Okay.
spending sub accounts.
I think the reason why she does that, I should get some clarity on it, but I trust her. I don't care that much, but I think
it makes it easier to keep up with everything with taxes.
It's a budgeting thing.
too.
Yeah, and a budgeting thing too.
And a hacker thing too.
Yeah.
If someone hacks into one of your accounts, they only get this much, not everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that's a very good idea for her to have a separate account for sending money back home. I think that's a very good idea, because honestly, guys, it's up to her to send back home. It's up to her. I'd never ask, but I know that she sends it to my brother-in-law, who is more of a brother to me than my real family. You know, I trust that guy absolutely. He is a good man. Whatever she needs to send to him, and for the education of the nieces and all that, that's fine. I don't even get involved in it. I don't ask. I don't care. Long as I get my cigarettes and my snacks and my coffee and my mistress money, I'm okay.
Okay, so let's proceed to number 6. Okay, so it says here that, spoil your spouse often.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what does it mean? It is just like, make the habit to spoil each other, to do a little things like calling your mate during the coffee break, or things like that. And then little acts of thoughtfulness can score lots of points to your partner. And this is what I think I do also when I do grocery to Frank. I know that he loves, M&M with the, with the peanut and the Snicker bars. Of course, his favorite Heineken beer.
Right
So
on.
it is not it is not part of the list, okay? But
Yeah.
I always, if I go by myself, okay, because if we go together, automatically he will grab that for for him. And if I go alone by myself, I just spoil him, to bring something. And then when I before that, before I fix the things that I bought from the supermarket, I always tell him, you know what, Frank, I have surprise for you. So I love to do that, because the same way also with him. But sometimes I told him, no, it's not part of the list. Why you're not, why you buy that for me? Because I don't ask you. But he said that you do the same way too, sweetheart, because he don't ask me. But I have things that to appreciate him. So I bought something that he loves. And I know I don't, once I bought something, that he loves, I don't messing around, even though that, I was so tempted, to grab some of the chocolates. But oh, this is for, this is for Frank. I don't want to tempt that. But
Yeah,
no
that's a
matter
good.
what, it's just like, the chocolate there. I just put it outside. Oh, it's just like waving to me. But that's for him. That's for him. So I
That's
don't.
a really good one, because I always tell, especially, okay, so if you're a young couple listening to this or whatever, and it's not just about relationships either. But as you go through life, you'll realize that the seemingly insignificant tasks that happen every day over time are actually bigger in impact than the big things that happen in your life. Um, the little text message, a sticky note stuck in her lunchbox,
Oh yeah, yeah.
or making the bed, or just doing something out of the ordinary. It doesn't have to be big. You don't even have to spend money. Just doing something to show your gratitude and your love. Those are seemingly insignificant things that don't make a big difference, right? No, they make a huge difference in the long
Big.
run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And without those things, your relationship will deteriorate. When you don't have enough of the small things, um, the big things become even bigger. Those little things are the
True.
building blocks that make up the wall.
That's a fact. Little love note on her pillow.
Yep.
A little mint next to her toothbrush. And I know I hit the target when she comes out and she's rubbing her heart. Ooh, oh, just a little candy, a little note. Yeah, she loves that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's
That'll
just
be
like, we have, a special breakfast every weekend. So it's not as common that we eat Monday to Friday. So, because sometimes, I always, the reason why I ask him, what do you want for, for breakfast? Okay. But, whatever you make, sweetheart, that's always, Frank told me. But I want him, special breakfast, especially weekend. So I don't ask him, but it's just like when I call him, the food is ready, and then he's surprised that I made a special breakfast for him. So that's the thing that he's I spoil him, to do things like that, so that
Yeah, but that's not only good in relationships, it's also good in friendships. Doing
yeah,
those kind of things for your friends, doing those kind of things for your parents, your brothers, your sister, doing those kind of things at your work. The
yeah,
Not going hugely out of your norm or your responsibilities, but just doing that little bit of extra. Your
mm-hmm,
bosses will notice that. That little bit of extra, your wife is going to notice that.
mm-hmm. So that's the thing. Okay, so let's proceed to number 6. Give your spouse the day off. Okay, so yeah, that's what thing that Frank mentioned a while ago, that when
Good
I
luck with that.
when I clean the house, when I clean the house, that what, Kuya Joey, when I clean the house, it's totally clean.
Yeah.
It's totally clean. So it's just like, that's Frank mentioned that he gave me money, to do shopping by myself. So I really love that. And sometimes, Frank, that he likes to enjoy to stay his room, and do watching his favorite show. So I just give him a day off for that, because I don't want to bother him, because I can see that he enjoy doing that. So you do give day off also with your wife, Kuya Joey?
I do, but the problem is my wife never takes it.
Oh
She's a
yeah.
she's a busybody, man. She's got to be doing something. Um,
Mm,
hey babe, it's your day off today. Don't do anything. Just stay in the bed, watch your MMK or whatever. Talk to your sisters, whatever. Don't do anything. I'll come home and like the house is painted. I'm like, what do you? I said, don't do anything. And she's, oh, I couldn't just sit around. She
Mhm.
she has the she has to always be doing something.
mm. Okay. So that's a good thing that
I think that's a Filipino thing, honestly. They don't have the off button. They have to always be doing something.
Yes and no. I'm the one who has to constantly be doing something to improve the home, to improve our situation. And she does take time to put her feet up and rest. You know, I think that's situational, but that's
Yeah.
the difference. Mm.
But I just noticed with my wife, even my kids say something, I'll call my kids. during the day. Hey, hey, what are y'all guys doing? Oh, we're in our bed. What's mom doing? I don't know. She's reorganizing the closet. Why? Of course, then I won't be able to find anything for 3 months, but I think that's why she does it.
Well, this is the thing that, I don't really understand when it comes to men, okay? Because, Kuya Joey, I'm the type of that person also that, okay, when I fix Frank closet, okay, everything is, the color I separate, the pajama is separate, everything. Oh my God. But
She's
when
like ill. You ever watch Richie Mack?
Yeah.
She's the same way.
Mm.
She's the same way.
Yeah, you go in my closet and all my shirts are done by color, and then it starts over again by things I wear for work, and then dress clothes or
Mhm.
event clothes or something. Then they're done by color, and then the shoes are done by they're underneath the matching the shoes that go with that clothes. They're underneath there. It's and hers is the same way. Her purses that go with these clothes are underneath. The purse that goes with these clothes are underneath it, and it's crazy. No, I think I have a very physical job. I always have. I was in the army for 20 years, and then now I'm an electrician. So I think there's a big difference too in a mindset. When I get a day off, I don't want to touch a tool. I don't
Mm.
want to do anything. I want to I want to just do my own thing. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I need a break. Physically, I need a break. Not necessarily
Mm.
mentally, but physically, I just need a break. And she I think she understands that, but with her it's just like, "Hey, you need to take a break too." She goes, "Oh, I'm taking a break." No, you're not. You're doing the closet. I think that is her break. Those kind of things, those medial tasks are her break.
My
Well,
wife's
that's
break. My wife's break is reading. She's a reading addict. She's addicted to reading. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next, number 8. So come home bearing gifts. Okay, so I always do that to to Frank. Well, it's just like for for us, it's not really necessary, because a lot of couple that if it's birthday, that's the only time that they can give a gift or presents. But as we don't really do that because we
Don't buy
don't know.
flowers for a Filipino woman. They get mad at you.
No,
Uh,
rice. I
They get
prepare rice.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
get mad if you buy them flowers. They're the only women on the planet I've ever seen that gets mad if you buy them flowers. Why you buy this? It's gonna die. Okay.
I I know better. My thing is I buy purses.
Yes.
I buy house
Purses or
plants.
shoes.
House. I buy her house plants. Is anything any kind of a garment or a that's your department. She knows what she likes. So you buy your own. Here's your new little house plant, hon, or something like that. Yeah, safe. It's safe that way.
Yeah, I used to buy her flowers when we were dating or when we first got married. And Lily, I want to say this too. You come home with gifts. That'll probably change as you longer you've been married. Um,
Okay.
because those things don't really. And you're starting to notice it probably now. You've been together 5 years. Those things are great. I think for early couples, but I
Okay.
think one thing we need to keep in mind too is when you've been married for a long time, some of the things that mattered when you were first married become
Hmm.
less
Yeah.
important the longer you've been married.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just like, I always tell this to Frank because, at the end of the day, I'll gonna go on the menopausal thing. So I hope that he's still there for me, for patient, because now I can he sometimes I can tell that I'm very my mood was so okay, and I can tell that oh my God, Frank, I can see he can see on my evil my evil
Tempo.
side. So that's why I always tell him that I hope that I really appreciate that instead dealing with me, that sometimes he thinks that I'm just his nerves, so he just stay away. So I appreciate that from him, that when I things that happen, so I hope he's still very patient for me to
Mhm.
uh
I just
patient in.
say it's Tempo, and I come into my office and close the door.
I always like Tampo, the end result of Tampo. Because the way I handle it is I'll let her fume and all that for a day, maybe two. I don't. I like to end it at the end of a day. But I run up to her, wrap my arms around her, and just hug her tight. Just hold her tight. Sometimes she'll stomp her feet a little bit, and Mister, you're so overbearing, and I hold her tight, and then until I feel her body relax, and then oh, oh, she's over it, and give her a kiss, and it gives me an excuse to bear hug her. She that works. That works. That works. Give her some love.
So that's one thing that I always well, it's just like yeah, I understand what you said, Kuya Joey, that from from the start, okay, our marriage together, it's just a very very young, okay, but it's just like like I always tell to Frank that no matter what what my mood is, is still be patient, to to not to
Yeah.
take that from me, because some men, they don't really understand that us also, that we don't really we don't really understand why we act like this, okay. So the only thing that we can get from our partner is to understand.
I
Okay.
know the reason why. It's kasi matigas ang ulo.
What do you say? Hard headed.
Hard headed.
Hard headed. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's
Well,
that's
it's a thing of the what I call the 5 year mark. Okay, if you're with someone and you can make it for 5 years, everything is gonna be okay. Usually.
Yeah, they used to call it the 7-year itch.
Mm,
Um,
Yeah.
back in the day, 7-year itch. Because they say the hardest years of marriage is the first 2 years. And then there's a stretch from 5 to 7 years that's hard. And then there's a stretch at like 15 or something that's hard.
mm,
We didn't, our relationship is very different from most people. We were, the first 8 years of our marriage, we were overseas, away from her family, away from my family. We just had to rely on each other only.
Hmm.
That gave us so much strength and reliance on each other. Um, and it really built our relationship. So we didn't really experience the 2-year mark and the 7-year mark. It wasn't until we came back to the States that we had some, I don't want to call them issues. It was the adjustments that were there. But yeah, Lily, you'll notice the longer you're married, the things that you thought mattered the most in your relationship early on, as you've been married for a long time, they just really seem to other things fill its place, especially when you have kids. You know, then the kids problems and the kids issues come in, and they kind of step all over your what you thought was important thing and really
Yeah.
change things.
well, between her and I think being that I've been around a long time, I understand women, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Because, like I said, the thing is patience. Just have patience. Know how to be cool. Know how to calm
Yeah.
down. Know when to walk away.
Yeah.
Know when to
hmm
run.
Yeah.
Frank, you
hmm
just said
hmm
something that's awesome. My grandfather used to say, um, men men finally understand women on their deathbed, but then they die before they can tell anybody. He said that he he said, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is to understand one woman. All you have to we don't have to understand women. We just have to understand one woman. What makes her tick, you know?
Yeah. I got to get a snack, guys.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's the thing. Being that I had to learn how to deal with everyone, being that I was a revenue officer with the Internal
Right.
Revenue Service. So, I had to go into businesses, go into everybody's home, go through all of their personal stuff and everything like that. So you have to know how to deal with people.
Yeah.
So I'm really good at that. I once went into a guy's house. He was a pro wrestler. Um, ah, he tried to show me that he had such a bad attitude. He started knocking furniture around and everything like that, like if he was real mad. And then I asked him, "Look, this is just a job, okay? Now you can come over here, sit down. We can go over this stuff, okay? And you will be happy being that you have somebody here right now that's trying to help you. Or I can leave, some grade 12 could come back, okay? And maybe two or three of them, okay? They're not going to be as nice as I'm being to you right now."
Yeah.
He brought his ass over there and sat down,
Yeah.
calmed out, plain and as simple as that. So I'm pretty good at dealing with all types of people and know how to talk to people and figure people out within the first few minutes. I can tell when people are lying and
Yeah.
been trained for all of that type of stuff. So it makes life kind of easy for me. I try not to get upset about things, you know. Um, I can have a temper, okay? Oh, yes, I can. But hey, I'm an older man now.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
walk away.
You know, the thing about being married to a Messiah woman, um, they come with an alarm system. Did you know this? They do. They
They know
do.
when to stop.
Well,
What
no, their alarm
what
system.
do
They
you
they
mean?
let you know how
What do you
mad they let you know how mad they are. If you walk in the house and you hear, "Oy, sus Mariosef," you know you're in trouble. Okay, but you can tell how in trouble you are. The longer she says "sus," if it's "sus Mariosef," you're in a little bit of trouble. But if she's "sus Mariosef," you're in a lot of trouble. That's their alarm system. It will
I
tell you a
agree,
lot.
I agree. It's according how the tune
Yeah.
he say that. Okay, so number 9. Okay, kiss each other before leaving the house and upon in your return. So you do that, Kuya Joey, when you go something that just by yourself, you kiss your wife,
Yes.
or no?
We actually, I'll take that one step further. We have an agreement that no matter if we're in an argument or disagreement or whatever, we never leave the house without the kiss or a hug or whatever. Um, but we also never really go to bed mad at each other. We may not resolve the situation, but we hey, I'm sorry you're mad. Let's talk about this tomorrow when we're both calmed down. Um, so life is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. You know, I could go to work and be in a car wreck and not make it. You don't want to leave a house without those basic little, the kiss, I love you, have a good day,
Because
whatever.
you'll regret it.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. We all have friends who didn't make it home on a normal day, and who knows what the person in their life said to them or something or didn't say, you know. Life's too short to be mad at people or whatever. Life's too short not to show people who you love that you love them. So do it every day.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's just like me that, sometimes I do tampo, but I don't really do, too long tampo. And then, Frank always, he's the one who always approach me, even though sometimes that, oh, I don't, I don't. But, he's the one who always, first approach me.
Because I'll give her the bear hug also.
Mhm.
So, and then, sometimes, when I cook food, that, he likes, and he will tell me that this is good, sweetheart, and then I told him, okay, thank you. And then once he kissed me, that so it's so nice, that uh he appreciate the food that I cook, because I told him that sometimes I was yelling.
Say hi.
Hello,
Hi,
ate.
cooking.
She's making pancakes.
Okay,
Oh,
Uh, one of
I'm
my
on
breakfast.
my way.
favorites.
I'm on my way. My wife is still sleeping. I'm starving,
Okay,
man.
let's go. Come on in. Yeah, that.
So yeah, that's the good thing. And
What kind of
I always
syrup? Miss Butterworth?
No, we make our own syrup. Homemade.
Oh, okay.
We have a big garden. We do plum. We do apple. Um, but yeah, it's usually what do we have today. We have apple and strawberry syrup, I think.
Mm,
That sounds good. Wow.
Yeah, here's our apple syrup.
okay.
Fantastic. Hmm.
actually that's our breakfast. The pancake, and then
She likes
maple
strawberry
bacon.
syrup.
My wife likes fresh strawberries. I'm gonna grow a bunch more this summer. She
Mm.
sits
Oh
out
my
there on
God,
the deck.
Bob! The strawberry here, it's so
Hmm.
sour. My God, I don't.
Oh, not mine, darling. Not mine. I just warmed my heart last summer. I had
She's
my wife out on the deck with a little bit of bread and coffee, and picking fresh strawberries off the plants and eating them. And big smile. Oh, warmed my heart, man. It was worth all the work. You know.
Uh, yeah, that I don't. Because the strawberry here, it's so sour. My God.
Mm.
Okay, so the top 10, the number 10 is praying together helps staying together. So you do, guys, pray together.
We used to. What I called a prayer date. Um, we'd go once a week to the Catholic Church. I'm not Catholic, but it's all good. And we go there and pray together, and during the afternoon when the church is empty, and just go there and pray together. We called it a prayer date. We did that for a long time. Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, well, that's the part. But me, I just pray, for myself because Frank is not really into that, religion thing. but he's a nice person.
Oh.
Well, especially a lot of Filipino that that's the the bond, especially go to church, pray
Hmm.
together. So that's the bond, especially if you're give a prayer in high priority, in the marriage. So what time is there now, Bob?
It's 7 a.m.
Oh, breakfast.
No
Yeah,
wonder
that's
she's still asleep.
that's why I'm looking at those pancakes over there, man. You might have a knock at your door in about 5 minutes.
Hey, if you can get here in 5 minutes, you're doing something because we're in Alabama.
Oh,
Yeah, I love pancake, especially, I love, cause, we use, the butterwort, pancake syrup. It's good.
hmm.
Yeah, that's what we got. So,
So that's,
And
that's
you,
the top 10. Okay. So
Hmm.
that's, so your wife is still sleeping, Bob.
Yeah. I was starting to have a low blood sugar. And it's like I can't wait anymore. I got to eat something. So
La Mica Ayo.
Ah, lami.
I mean, hmm.
kaayo, huh?
Yeah, that's why me, I always, cause sometimes, I sleep late, and Frank, no matter what, he always get up early. So there's, if he wants, a sandwich, I have, mackerel sandwich on my fridge, he can do that. Everything
Hmm.
is there,
Hmm.
so he don't, because sometimes, he can see that, I spread my body on the bed. He doesn't want me to bother. So, he
Yeah.
just don't want to make, the sandwich, or, for breakfast. We have cereals, or, fruit.
Hmm. We
That's
got
very
tons of food like
convenient.
that in the kitchen. But I like to just throw together a PB and J, once in a while, peanut butter and jelly.
Lily, my wife's asking where you guys live
Breakfast.
now.
Sorry?
um,
Did you say you're in Manila?
Yeah, in Metro Manila.
Mm, good.
So, okay, guys. So, I appreciate your time with us, Bob and Kuya Joey. So I'm gonna end up this show. So have enjoy your breakfast, Kuya
I
Joey.
don't get an appreciation for coming on to this thing.
Uh,
You twisted my arm, and I almost fell off.
Of course, Frank. I appreciate, of course. Thank you so much, Frank. I appreciate. But you know what? There's a Filipino guest first, okay? Before. So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
thank you so much, my love.
okay.
Mm.
Okay, Kuya Joey, thank you so much for having me in your show. And this for
Bye.
those, people on the live chat. Thank you so much. Ate, thank you.
Oh,
Nice
you're
to
Hmm.
see you.
welcome. Nice to meet you
Yeah.
Okay.
all.
Hmm.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Likewise.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Morning here. Good night to you all.
You're right.
Exactly. Hmm.